Ba. Notice anything different? No? Well, our photos are glitchy, that's for one thing. Second of all, we actually got athletes protesting again. Protest! No, the only reason why I'm using the color white is because everything else is the color black. Should athletes be allowed to protest? The Commonwealth Games is an international sporting competition that happens here, something like the Olympics, I guess. But it runs on more like yearly terms and not every 4-year terms. It runs on more or less like some terms where athletes seem to work out and do things too. Now the Commonwealth Games has a lot of reasons to be here too, and this is where athletes seem to be to go together and represent their nations and something more like districts, to be honest, to be able to do lots and lots of other things and to do lots of sporting events to win and glory and stuff. And for the first time ever, this already happened by the time I'm talking about this, but this happened sometime. Athletes are now allowed to protest in favor of movements that they feel very strongly that they should support in their hearts. Now, this isn't the first time athletes actually started protesting in favor of a movement that they actually took dear to heart. In 1968, 2 American runners who won the Olympics raised their fists in support of the blacks' right, the Black Lives Matter, like they appear in the blacks, and according to blacks, they did it for the blacks, and because of that, they were disqualified. And that is a terrible thing to actually think of, because just because it's disqualified, just because you raised your fist in the air for for what they said, African Americans in America, well, that's something to really consider here. Nowadays, Black Lives Matter movement seems to be going on for a long time. Also, I think the phrase should be changed a little bit. I don't know how, but it should be changed. And just because of protesting, is that the right? Is that okay? Just because to disqualify someone because they were in the Olympics and they were sporting? Well, what do you guys think? Well, and starts for the pros. I have to say this. Athletes should be allowed to protest because they are role models. If they are able to tell others what they actually think of and how they feel about a specific movement, by protesting, they can actually probably bring change, which is something big. It would be pretty unfair to deny athletes a voice about issues. They're individuals too, you know. And by restricting symbols of hate and also protest against countries, it's also probably possible to avoid arguments. Personally, I actually think that sports brings people together and unites countries, and protests that can cause division. Athletes may not wish to use their voice, and if they want to do it, they should do it in their own little free time. Oh, yeah, Black Lives Matter, of course. There's the goal! Kick it! And allowing athletes to protest actually risks argument and rows that might get into sporting achievements. And overwhelmingly, you guys can use your heads at zeros. Yay! Yeah, I rule. Basically, most people, it's an unanimous vote athletes should be allowed to protest. Curse you, you percentage one sign! Ugh. New achievement for the affirmative position! He finally won a unanimous vote! So that's the end of today's episode. Personally, I actually agree with the affirmative position. Athletes should be allowed because they're also regular human people, guys. They're not just athletes, they're also regular human people. So think about that. If you conquer someone's voice, do you really want to think that athletes will be athletes? Or will they even be regular people? Think about that more closely next time you actually see athletes not protesting. The end. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I will see you guys in my next episode. So, shout out. Peace.